We should have like more sounds on stream. At least my OBS is saying there's a lot of movement.
Okay, yeah. Yes, we do.
Oh, nice. Ah, now Unreal's also back.
Cool.
Failed to load something. Okay. Let's not care about that. So let me get my stuff here back. Lifelink, add, go studio. And see if I can hit play. I can hit play. Nice. Just my material off the screen in the back is broken, but that's okay, I guess. Alright, let me get rid of the card. And there we go. Now we have everything off the stream.
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. Yeah, let me quickly show you guys. So this is my studio right now. As you can see, we can also have like different angles. Just ignore the checkered screen on the back now. Like have different angles, like from different cameras I set up in here. Hi. I'm also like using my mic, which is tracked. My chair is tracked with some Vive trackers. No, not Vive, Tundra trackers now. And if you hop like in my Twitch chat, you can see it like there in the back. That just triggered Cam Door and Cam Artorius. So this is like using Twitchworks, which I will show you the basics of today. And I also have like channel point redeems. For example, I can say switch chair and like add some stuff to it, and like now I have a different chair. And some of the bigger commands, I guess, are like something. Let me search for something. For example, diffusing the bomb in the background there, which is beeping now and exploding.
Bomb diffused.
Another popular one is my hydrate command. If I can find it. There we go. Very strong hydration today. God. As well as what else do we have? The beautiful flashback. Oh no. Sorry. Where we end up in Skyrim. So that's all the stuff we can do with Twitchworks, as well as things when someone follows or someone subscribes or subscribe with Prime. I can show you what would happen if someone would subscribe with Prime. Because I set it up as a like command. Oh, just realized this is copyrighted. And yeah, that's basically all the stuff of Twitchworks in a nutshell. And today I will show you how to do like the back end of all of this, so you can like create commands like this. Not like the commands themselves, because that will like take more than just an hour that we have now. So let me just start by getting rid of my streaming setup and getting back into Unreal itself. So this, yeah, is my Unreal project right now. And the plugin I'm using for all of this, what you just saw, is like called Twitchworks or Tweeworks right now. It was called Twitchworks before. They changed the name for some reason. I don't know. And the first thing you have to do is, of course, buy it. So it's like on the marketplace. It's just 25 bucks. And I think it's pretty good value for what it can do, as not many plugins can do this. As far as I know, there's like a second one. And also Twitch itself is releasing one soon-ish. I don't know when. It's like it's in closed beta right now, which I'm also in. So I'm testing it for now, and it's also working pretty good. But right now Twitchworks is like really the only good solution we have. So yeah, get it here on the marketplace. It's also out for Unreal 5 finally, after a while. So you guys can also use it in the newest version. So after getting it, we have to set up the Twitch developers site. So if you not registered here, go to dev.twitch.tv/console, and you should have like some kind of this overview. And you can see on the right, let me make this bigger. On the right here, you can see applications. So what you have to do is register your application and then get this link, which is also in the Twitchworks documentation. Get this link, so register, put some name in here, so let's just do Masterclass for today. Then add this link here for the redirect, and you can add a category if you want to, or I think you have to even. Say that you're not a robot and then create. And now you can see it created this masterclass thing for us. And if I now go into manage, you can see there's a client ID. And this is basically the ID you have to use to connect your Unreal to your Twitchworks. So if I now hop back into Unreal, first, of course, you have to install the plugin and activate it here in the plugins thing. So Twitchworks, here it is. And after that, Unreal crashes, of course, on me, because that's what Unreal wants to do today, I guess. So let me boot it up again. And we can wait for a sec now. Let me see what Gloria just typed. Can you show us later how to download and install NVIDIA DLSS? I tried to get it once, but I got still confused on how to actually download and what to do with it. I can show you, yeah. It's pretty fast if you know what to do. Just remind me later again. Tundra trackers, alternative to Vive. Yes, they are released on Kickstarter for a while now. I can show you while Unreal is doing its thing. Tundra trackers. These things, those are basically Vive trackers, but from a company called Tundra Labs. And they sold some bundles of these, so I backed them like a year ago on Kickstarter. I got 7 of those and I like have 6 on me right now. And they are like, yeah, they are Vive trackers, but from Tundra Labs. The huge advantage these have is like this super wires dongle. Because this one can support up to 5 trackers at once, so you don't like clog up all your USB ports. So that's what I'm using for my body, and for my hands right now I'm using Rokoko gloves. So mocap gloves. And in June I will also get a Rokoko suit, so we'll get rid of the Tundra trackers and use them for like object tracking and stuff. Do regular Vive trackers need a sub for each tracker? Yep. For each Vive tracker you need 1 USB port. Why did you choose Rokoko over Accents? Because it's way cheaper. Rokoko suit with everything is like 3.5k. And Accents is, I don't know how much. I think 10 or 12. Not sure anymore. So yeah, after enabling the plugin in Unreal, you can go into project settings. And in there, scroll down to plugins. And then Twitchworks here. And up here, you have to enter this client ID we just got out of the developer thing. So this one in this case. And another important thing is that you choose the local login port to 8080, because this is the same port we specified up in here in our callback link. And lastly, for the help commands and for commands in general, you have to set up a prefix. So what kind of symbol you have or chat has to enter before every command. And what's also helpful is the help command. So you can enable this one and give it a name. So in my case, it's just help. So if someone in my chat types !help, they can see all the commands I've set up in Twitchworks and like see what they can do and how to trigger stuff. So this help command is always very useful. Let me close this again. Okay. Now let's get into the blueprints for all of this. So let me go to my tutorials folder. And I think... yeah, I can just create a new blueprint. So I'm just using a new actor, BP Masterclass. In this case, I'm seeing people in my Twitch chat. Wait a sec. Don't forget to check twice before doxing yourself. Oops. Never mind. Okay, let me open this. So now I have the blueprint I just created here. And in the event graph, we can set up the whole Twitchworks thing. So, first thing we need to do is, of course, logging into Twitch. There are two ways you can do that. There's one way where you need an external server. If this is for basically if you want to integrate Twitch into a full-fledged game, and a lot of people are using your, should I say, using your integration. But if it's just for VTubing and stuff, we can use a local login, which is a bit easier on hardware and to set up. So let me show this way, I guess. So you go from event begin play and then search for perform Twitch login. And you choose the local one. I hope it's big enough on stream that you guys can see what I'm doing here. Is it still readable? I hope so. So we...
yeah, I think it's looking fine.
Yeah, nice. So we perform a local login, and after that we need to connect to Twitch. What is important here is there are like 3 execution links here, and you should use the unsuccess and not this one, because this one just leads you nowhere in some cases. So always check if you're using unsuccess instead of this one, because I had it so many times with people that they were using this one and nothing worked really. So always use unsuccess and then search for connect to Twitch. There we go. And now you can see on the left side we have to provide a lot of stuff, and on the right side is a lot of useful stuff we can use in a second. So if I would try to compile this now, you can see I'll get some errors because stuff is not connected. So let's first do the errors. On message means we need to connect a new custom event, which triggers every time a message is sent in Twitch chat. So if I just name it on message to know what this is for, let me just put it down here so we can use it later. Same is for on cheer. So if someone cheers bits in your channel, this custom event that is connected to it. So add custom event on cheer. So this custom event will get triggered if someone cheers in your chat. So if I try to compile now, we don't get any errors, but we also haven't set to the connect node what we want to connect to. So we need Twitch login credentials and a channel name. So for the login credentials, you could just connect this like this, pretty easy. For the channel name, you could either type in your channel name, so for me it's Rikku_VR. Or what you can do is drag from here and say break login credentials, and then get the username. So this does basically the same thing. So I can just put it like here. So now that we connected to Twitch, we have successful logins, or maybe not. And we have Twitch user, which is you. And we have Twitch chat, which is your chat. So now we can say from successful login, we want to store chat in a variable so we can promote it. So in this case, we always can grab this variable instead of like needing to connect this to everything. So, so far this would be the easiest setup to connect to Twitch. The issue is sometimes stuff doesn't work. And it would be nice if there's a way to tell if we're connected or not. The easiest way that I'm using always is, of course, print strings. So giving us some error messages. So if we say perform local login on success, login successful, and on fail we can say print string login failed. And same for connecting to Twitch. So let's say here print string connection successful. How do you spell successful? God. And I did the same error you shouldn't do is using this one, so let's switch it to this one. Sometimes I miss this one as well, and go here, print string, connection failed. So if I would now start my Unreal app, we would hopefully get login successful and then connection successful. Sometimes there is an issue where the success pin here fires, but your login credentials are not stored in this variable yet. So in that case, we can just use a delay. You can hold a D on your keyboard and just left click to add delays. We can add a delay in between and just wait for, let's say, 2 seconds. So we make sure it is connected properly, like this. Oh god. So this would be a more safe approach, or at least you can see what is happening. Now, if you want to be very sure you're logged in into Twitch, you can also do some loops for this. So I'm using do n times, so hold n on keyboard, left click. You can see this is an enter port, a number, and a reset port. So I can say if we fail to log in, we set this to 5 and we go back here. And let me make this a bit prettier by double clicking and connecting these. So now we say if this fails, go in here, try it again. And this will try 5 times. So hopefully one of those 5 times will be successful. And you can also add a delay node between these points to be very sure it takes some time to do that. So let's do 2 seconds as well. So now it's going login failed. Go here, wait 2 seconds, and try again. And do this number, so in total do this 5 times, or try this 5 times. So after this part you can also do it here. So I just copy this setup. Say if the connection failed, we do 5 times waiting and then trying to connect again. So this would be a very safe setup in making sure you're getting connected to Twitch. And if it is still not working, then there might be some other issue involved. So if you're still not getting the connection successful and the login successful, maybe there's something wrong on Twitch's end, or you forgot to enter the ID in the project settings, or something entirely else is going wrong. So you have to troubleshoot a bit more. Also, generally speaking, there is good documentation for Twitchworks out there. So if you have trouble to find some stuff, you can also go there and see what's happening. And also I have a video on that if you want to check that out. So yeah, that's the Twitch login part for now. Are there questions so far about this stuff? Have you used Twitch Integrator? No, I haven't tried that one yet. Is it similar to Twitchworks? I tried Twitchworks, but it setup was too complicated. Ah, okay. I haven't checked it out yet. Ah, you just restart your runtime. Yeah, I also did that in the past. Then I just used the do end nodes. Okay, let me see if it's compiling at least correctly. Also, let me drink something. So, I guess after connecting, we can set up all the standard events. So let's just drag out from here, since this is the pin that is basically the last one after login, or the first one, however you want to see it. And you can just search for on... What was it called? Wait a sec. I have to look it up. I think bind to or bind on. Bind to, yeah. Bind to new subscription. Bind to on points event, which will I get later into. What else is there? Bind to on rate. And there are also more, for example, like bind to on ritual. I'm not sure what that is. And on whisper. So if someone DMs you, you can use that one. But these are like the most important ones, I'd say. So on sub, on point, and on rate. Unfortunately, there is not an event for on follow. But I can show you a workaround later, where you can also get some follow events. So you can see like these things also have a delegation node here. So this is a place where you add more custom events. So let's add this custom event, call it on sub. Let's copy paste it and rename these to on point. Connect it here. And on rate. Oh, I mean custom event. And name it on rate. And up here you can see I don't have an asset I can choose, but we set up Twitch chat here. So now I can just hold control and drag from here and connect these. So these nodes know which Twitch chat to refer to. And get this one and go here. So now we created a lot of commands. Let me pull these down. So this one would, let me also comment on this. You can just mark stuff and hit C to get comments. So this is login. And this is basically setup for the standard nodes. So let me call these standard nodes. And now we can also do creating custom Twitch commands. So people can put them in chat instead of like having to use channel points and stuff. So these are created by the create Twitch command node, which is this. And you can see there's also a chat node in this. So let's copy paste this. And we have a custom command. You can see there's like not a lot of stuff here, but you can just right click and say split struct pin. And you should try to do that on a lot of stuff, which I will show you later. Because there's a lot of hidden stuff there. So first you can see there's also a command binding for some reason. So we add a custom event. Call this, what should we call this? So let's just go over this. So you can see this is the name of the command. So let's say this should be a hydrate command. So I call this hydrate. And then we can select a description. So this description will show up in help if someone types help and then this command name. So let's do this will hydrate me. Thanks. And then you have to check this boolean so it also shows up in help. So now I can... Oh, wait a sec. Now I can drag this out. Create event. Oh no, add a custom event. And call this hydrate, for example. And normally this should now look differently. Looks like there was a change. Wait a sec. Okay, let's do it differently. Let's do this again. So, create Twitch command. Then we need chat. Then we connect this and say make Twitch command binding, which is another way to do it instead of splitting. And then we go here and say make Twitch command. So this is basically the same setup I just had, but with 3 nodes instead of 1, because for some reason the binding doesn't work. If I now add a custom event, you can see I get more pins here. This was the stuff I was searching for a second ago. So let's do it like this. Hydrate. Put this in again, hydrate. This will hydrate me, thanks. And please show up and help. So this is now the exact same thing we just had. So what now happens if someone in chat types !hydrate, this event will fire here. But there's more. So let's create a bigger command in a sense. So create Twitch command. Let me copy this stuff. Put it here. Let me also get chat involved again. You can see there's this parameters pin here. And this can help us to make more complex commands. So I just add make array. So we can make an array of parameters. And then we can say make Twitch command parameter. Oh god, this is getting long. Okay, and also let me copy and paste this. This will make sense in a second. So let's do gift subs. So you want to have a command you can trigger when someone gifts subs to you. So thanks for the gifted subs. So the first parameter is who gifted the subs. So gifter in our case. We can add a description, who gifted the subs. And a delimiter. So the delimiter will tell Twitchworks what character to search for to end the parameter. So I'm using a spacebar here, so you can't see it, but there's a spacebar in here. And the second parameter is how many subs they gifted. So let's call it a number. How many subs gifted? And also use a spacebar here. So what this now does is we have a new command called gift subs that uses 2 parameters, gifter and number. And if I now get Paint open, for example, or Notepad, which is easier. So now someone can type in chat !gift subs space the name of the gifter, for example me, and how many subs they gifted. So this would be the whole input for this command. And then we can do stuff with this in a second, which I will show you. So if I now create a custom event for this, which is called gift subs, you can see there are these parameters here. Which are these? So if I now use a get node, was it get? I think it was get. Get a reference, this. Copy paste this. You can see there's this dimension value, or it's an integer. So number 0 here refers to number 0 here. So whatever comes out of here is whatever they put into gifter. So for this case here, Rikku would be the result which is getting spit out here. And this 1 refers to this one, so the number of subs. So in this case, this pin would send a 5. So this is helpful if you want to do, for example, a for loop. And okay, this is a bad example right now because I need a for loop, kind of not for each loop. Give me a for loop. So we can do this, for example. So this would say, okay, get me the person. We don't need this right now, but let me check how many subs this person gifted. And for every sub they gifted, let's do a loop. So for every sub, this will fire. So if you want to spawn presents in your scene or something, in this case, this loop pin would fire 5 times. But in this case, I have to like start with index 1 because of math. And this will fire 5 times, so you can spawn 5 presents in this case. So now there's also more we can do in general with these commands. And that is to have a look at these pins here. So you can see parameters, we just talked about this, but there's also sender. And this sender pin doesn't really help us with anything because this is a structure that Twitchworks uses, but Unreal itself can't do much with it. So we can just split it. And now you can see there's way more. There's badges of the sender, there's color of the sender in chat, but most importantly there's the display name and some booleans here that Unreal could check. So let me use the hydrate here. Also let me zoom out and put these lower. So these are custom commands right now. And to make it a bit more clear what all of this does is this part up here is basically setup, which you can't read, but I'm just typing setup there. So this stuff gets fired once when you start your app, just to set all of these commands up. And this stuff down here, the red custom events, those are the execution events that get triggered whenever this stuff happens that is in the setup up here. So this is just triggered once, and this stuff here is triggered every time something is used that is set up here. So let's get back to the hydrate command. So if I split this pin now, you can see there is all the stuff we also had here in the gift subs. But let's, for example, see what we can do with this. You can see there are like multiple booleans here. So booleans are either true or false. So we can use these to check for stuff. For example, if you want to create a command that is only triggered by subscribers, there's this sender a subscriber thing here. So you can just create a branch by holding B and left click, connecting this and connecting sender a subscriber. So what this now does is checking if the person who typed hydrate in chat is a subscriber, and if they are, do whatever happens after this, and if they are not, do whatever happens here. What you also could do is use an OR. Where's my OR? OR. There we go. Now we could also say mods and subscribers can use this. Or what I also sometimes do is create commands that only I can use. So for example, send a display name. This is your name in chat on Twitch. So let's drag out from here, search for equals, and connect it here. And in my case, it would be Rikku_VR. So this command would be a command only I can use. Because if someone types hydrate in chat, it will check if the sender name equals my name. And if it does, do this. And if it doesn't, do something else. Or do nothing. You don't have to put anything in false here. So this would be a simple setup to, well, to check who can use a command. We did this, we did this. Okay, let's check out the raid event. So just right click split. There's not much here, but you don't need that much. So there's the raider display name and the number of raiders. Also, the username and the display name are pretty much the same thing, except the display name uses capital letters. So the username is basically what you can see in the URL, so just everything small letters. And display name is just the more fancy version, I guess. So for on raid, we could also do a for loop. Connect this. First index 1, last index something else. And then we would have a loop body. And since we connect this to the number of raiders, this will fire the same amount as raiders just who got just into your stream. So I can show you this since I set up the same thing. Now we have an error here. Why? Because... the fuck? This is interesting. That's not necessary. Oh, because I copied it from here. Let me delete this. Okay. Add custom event. On points. Now this works. Let me put this down here. So let me show you what I mean with this raid event, because I set it up the same way in my setup. Is my tracking even working right now? Are my trackers still on? Apparently. Nice. So if someone raids me, normally this gets triggered automatically, but sometimes Twitchworks hates me, or Unreal hates me, or something else. So I'm triggering it manually by using a command. So for me it's raid, and then the name, and then the amount of people who raided me. And as you can see, nothing is happening now. Nice. Did I fix this? I think I broke it. Wait a sec. Let me check my blueprint. So this is my level blueprint with everything I set up so far. It's getting pretty laggy, and you shouldn't do it like this. You should set it up in different actors so you don't have one big blueprint that is just breaking, but multiple smaller ones that are not breaking. So let me search for my raid event because I can't find it. Oh no, there it is. Spawn tracks on raid. Okay, what is the issue here? Let me check this. There's the issue. This one is not connected to there. I think that's it. Let me compile. Go here, hit play. Let me try this again. Why am I stuck in my desk now? This happens if you have a hip tracker that is not visible from some of your base stations sometimes. So my hip tracker is like super scuffed right now. Just pretend I'm not scuffed. So if I try to do this now, you can see we have 20 Shreks spawning down here because I put the message in there in chat, as you can see down there. Let me make this bigger. So I put !raid. There's also someone in my chat right now who triggered this chat command on my face. And they missed. So this would be a raid on my channel right now. So it's basically set up with the same loop I just showed you, just with a bit more logic behind it. So let me close this again. Also thanks Lorelia. So let me close this and get back into this. Why is... Oh, this is gift subs. Close this. Okay. It's huge. I like how all comments are green. Looks exactly like a motherboard. Yeah, I had to redo a lot of commands for the migration thing. And the green ones are those I have reworked already. Red ones are the broken ones. And I had yellow ones, which I still wanted to rework. That reminds me, I wanted to rework this one. Good that you're saying it. Let me put this on yellow now. There we go. Let me compile and save this. And close it up. So this was the raid event. On points will be more complicated. So let's first do on sub. So we can split it. And you can see there are many options. For example, this sub was a new sub, or a gifted sub, or a resub, and also how many months they were subscribed. If it was a gift, what is the name of the person who got the gift, and of course, if the person who gifted the subs put a message in chat. And if you split this one, you can also see a lot more. This display name is the person who subbed, basically, or who gifted the subs. So what we can do here again is do a lot of testing. Was this person a new sub? Was this a gifted sub? Was this a resub? Is the person who subscribed a mod, or does they have turbo, or are they subscribed already? So was it basically a resub? So you can do a lot of checking here and do different things. For me, I set it up in my level blueprint. Let me open this again. Let me just show you around a bit, if I can find it. Oh boy, where is it? The power of flex tape. That's what she said. Sub workaround, there. Oh boy, this is bad. Wait. This one, on sub. Okay. Let me try to explain this very simply, because this is a lot. So when someone subscribes, I first play a sound of some sorts. Then I'm spawning stuff. Let's just put it at that. I'm spawning something here. After that, I'm spawning more and spawning more. So let's ignore that. But then I'm checking with the branch. I'm checking back here, was it a gifted sub? If it was a gifted sub, I will get the subscriber name, and then we check again. A second time. Was it a resub? And also store this in a variable. And after that, I will set different things up. So as you can see here, if it was a resub, I'm using all of this. And what this does is getting the subscriber name and appending this into a string. So basically this box builds a sentence for us that gets sent in chat. So we get the subscriber name, then it says for, then it's getting something here, which is the number of months. And then it's saying months. So for example, it would say Rikku for 10 months and would put that in chat. And so with a lot of branches and conditions, you can basically check for a lot of things and then set it to a text. So this is a text that is internal in Unreal. But you can also send messages in Unreal, not with, I wanted to say messages in Twitch. Not in Unreal though, you have to use bots like StreamerBot, for example. which I will also use in a second because there are some limitations here we want to avoid or like have a workaround for. So if I now go back into the masterclass thing here, we had on sub, now we can see on message. So this message here can also be split, of course, and you can see a lot of things again. But the most important ones are who sent it and what did they say in chat. So this message event gets everything that is sent in Twitch chat, which we can use to our advantage, which I will show you in a second because it's kind of important. But first let's do cheer. You can also split and split more. So get the name again, check for mod turbo subscriber, and most importantly, check how many bits they used. Going to my example, I'm using something way too complicated here. I'm basically getting the bits amount and then do a whole lot of math to determine which objects to spawn. Because I set up some props for this, which I name bits. So I have like different sizes of bits, as you can see here. So the bit for 100, 1000, 10k, and where is it? 5k there. And this whole stuff is just calculating how many bits of what variety Unreal should spawn. So the bits that appear in my studio are exactly the same as the bits that the person cheered here. But you could also just spawn one thing and just do a for loop if you don't want to do like weird stuff, or just don't do the amount of bits but do something. So you can do a lot of stuff with everything here. But now back to the most important things. Let me move all of these because we've done these. No, we need this one. We don't need this one. So let's talk about on-point events. So channel point redeems. And let me split everything here. So as you can see, there is again who triggered the channel point redeem. Are they a mod, turbo subscriber? The usual stuff. You can also see a message that they left in chat. But you can't see which channel point redeem they used. And that's what this reward ID is for. There's one limitation though. This reward ID only works for channel point redeems that require user input. So if you just have a channel point redeem where people click on it and it does something, those don't work natively with Twitchworks. But if you have a channel point redeem where they click on it and then they have to enter a word or a phrase or anything, these channel point redeems get an ID, and then you can use that ID to do something. Let me show you how I set it up in my thing here, if I can find it. Where the fuck? Is it this? No. Channel points? Yes. So what I did here is you can see the bind on points event. This is standard. On points event is standard. Then I'm storing some stuff. I'm storing the text. If I want to use it for later, I'm storing the name of the person who did it for later. And I'm getting the ID. And I'm using a switch on string node. So basically this node checks what is coming in this case the reward ID, and then it checks if it matches anything that is in here. So you can just add pins, and then you can add new stuff on the right here. So if I click on add pin, please don't crash, you can add a new ID here for your channel point redeems. And then after that, do something accordingly. So in my case, I have like frame, people can switch hats on my avatar, switch glasses, switch items I'm using in my hand, switch my mic, switch my chair, depending on the ID that is used by the person who triggered the on points event. So the next question would be where we get these IDs from, and there are multiple ways. The simplest one, for me at least, is using this website called Twitch Custom Reward ID by Instafluff. And up here you just have to enter your Twitch name. So in my case, Rikku VR. And if I now use any channel point redeem on my channel that's using input, oh, I didn't spell it correctly. That's why it's not working. Rikku VR, there we go. If I'm now using something that's using channel user input, you can see there's the ID. You need this side, wait, let me paste this, there you go. You just have to replace Rikku VR at the end with your name. So yeah, this is the way you can get the IDs after you set up the channel point rewards. And then you just put them in here, and then you can trigger stuff with it what you need. I would spam redeem into a print string and get code. Yeah, I did the same thing, it was horrible until I found this site. But there's also a second way I can show you now, because this second way is very helpful. Dramatic hand, thanks for the follow. So let's go back here. So I just said we have an issue that we only can use channel point redeems that have a user input. But we can circumvent this with a streamer bot. So there's this thing called streamer bot, which looks like this. I hope you can see it, it's really small, but I can't make the font bigger. But what this basically does is you can create channel point rewards with this. And it allows you also to send messages in Twitch chat. So what you can do here is create a channel point reward. I have a lot of stuff set up here. So for example, let's use Snipe, whatever. I just open it. You can see I titled it Snipe, gave it 50 bits, not 50 bits, 50 channel point cost, put something in there so the person can read what this does. But most importantly down here, there's this action, and I gave it the action Sniper. If I now go back into my Actions tab and select Sniper here, you can see it has one sub-action, which is sending a message in Twitch chat, which says go to sleep. So this message is now very important, because if I copy this message now and go back to Unreal and close whatever this is, we can use this to check for this message in chat, because this on message event gets everything. So let's do a branch and then contains for string. So it's now saying search in substring, so what it should search. So what it should search is this, what we just set up. And it should search in our Twitch chat. So which is, where is it? Am I blind? Wait a sec. There, message body. So now we know if someone triggers the channel point reward, a streamer bot will check for that event and then send this exact message in Twitch chat. Now the cool thing about StreamerBot is, when I can find it again, is that you have all of these channel point rewards. And for those rewards who have some user input, you can also just right click on them in here and say copy reward ID. So you don't even need this website I just showed you, because now the reward ID is in my clipboard, and if I just paste it here, I have the ID. So you don't even need the website. Where was I? Ah, yes. So now we can just check Twitch chat for this message and then trigger stuff for whatever we want to. So we don't need the user input and we can trigger stuff. Now, one safety measure you should do is check for this if it is coming from StreamerBot, because else anybody could type in this message and this would trigger. So what I would also do is go here and say and connect this up, get the display name equals this. StreamerBot will always use your name, so I'm just checking for my name, and if it used this, and then it will trigger this. And that's basically how you can set this up. And another thing you can do here is just use this without the person, so like this, and just use it for meme stuff. So for example, I have some stuff set up. If someone just types over 9,000 in chat, it will just play the audio of the meme. And this is basically everything simple you can do in Twitchworks. So the whole setup in this stuff without going into any commands themselves. Which would also answer your question if today's event is 2 hours. It is not. I'm kinda done with everything I wanted to show you guys. So if you still have like some questions about this stuff, I guess we can do Q&A if there's some stuff I should explain a bit more. Also,
yeah, what we could do is if someone has a question they want to ask via talking, they can just pop a message in the Discord and I'll unmute them. That's fine. You can do it like that.
Sure. I'm also like looking for NVIDIA DLSS right now because Gloria had a question.
No.
Just need to find it in my download folder. DLSS.
Thanks so much for that, by the way. Super cool.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, lots of people saying it is super informative, and yeah, we get people up and running. So
nice,
super nice.
nice. So
be
yeah,
sure to check out Rikku's other videos.
Yeah, if you need like a more comprehensive or shorter version on all of this, check out my YouTube channel. I have it like on there. So let me just try to fix this material real quick. For some reason, what did I call it? Oh, easy. Also, let me just boot up my thing here in the meantime. So if people want to hop in my Twitch chat, they can just try stuff out, I guess. This works.
It's fun having people randomly coming in with lasers.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's good.
Where the fuck put I my DLSS though? If I can't find it really quickly, I can send you some DMs later, Gloria. But I'm searching for it right now. Oh yeah. Hey Sarah, thanks for the ad. Where did I put DLSS? Works either way. Yeah.
Three, two, one.
Oh, no.
No. I see people found my Twitch chat. Oh god.
Very good. How many commands do you have?
That is a good question.
I mean,
Like-
we can see a lot going on.
Let me check. Channel point redeems, they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Around 20. And in chat, like, I have another 20 words people can just type in chat.
Yeah.
Those, which triggers some stuff. For example, the FBI is also a channel point redeem. That just blew up everything here.
Mega Steak Man said it's all over now.
Yeah, Big Brain is also.
You're gonna be.
What do I use for hand mocap? It's Rokoku gloves, which are dead now for some reason. Oh no, they're not dead, they're just not recognized by Unreal right now. Yo, Steel Pants, what's up? Yeah, you can buy Rokoku gloves, just the gloves themselves, on the Rokoku website. I bought these, bought those separately because I didn't have the money to buy them with the suit. Are they comfy? They're very comfy. They're like fingerless bicycle gloves, feel like them kinda. So they are very comfy. So I can just game with them. Also sometimes I just have them on when I'm testing stuff and like still programming. So I can just wear them for hours on end, so it's not an issue. Yeah, but I can't find DLSS right now, so I will send you stuff after stream, I guess. Or at least I can... Oh no, I found it. Easy. Let me close this. So what you want to do for DLSS is... I'm pretty sure you downloaded the folder from NVIDIA, right? Because this should be the folder you have if you download it and just extract it from the zip. And you can see here there's a folder called DLSS inside of it. And you see in there is the U plugin file. So what you just do is copy this DLSS folder and then go into your project folder. So in my case it's Studio Standalone. And in there is a plugins folder. If not, you can just create one. In there, there's the plugins folder, and then you just paste the DLSS folder in there and it should work. And in the blueprint, I have it in my level blueprint. First, you of course have to activate the plugin in Unreal. But what you then just need to do is, after your event begin play, you have this node here, set DLSS mode, and just put it on whatever DLSS mode you want to use. And then it uses DLSS. So it's very chill, very easy setup.
It used to be something you'd have to set up with nodes, wasn't it? But not anymore. Yeah, no, the actual option in there once you install the plugin, which is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, the gloves are expensive. But not as expensive as the suit. But you can also use leap motions if you want to. And use VC phase to get the leap motion data into Unreal. Never seen good results with leap motion. I've seen some good ones. There's also not the consumer version, but the enterprise version of leap motion, which is $100 more, and it has like a wider field of view and more range, which is a lot better. Oh, there's also a direct way into UE. They provide plugins and everything, also blueprints, so you could also just use it directly. But I've seen most VTubers are using VC Phase anyway, so they use VC Phase to set up their model, set up face tracking, set up hand tracking, and then just send that to Unreal. Thanks, Steel Pants. Wait a sec, you can explode in a second. Rikku gloves very uncomfortably. You find it difficult to play intense games. Okay. I also heard for some people they have some issues with the sensors rubbing against their knuckles, but that's just an issue of finding the right size for you. So a friend of me had to get a different size, but you can test for like, I think 2 weeks or a month. They will swap out the size if you need another one. I think you just have to cover shipping, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. I converted time zones improperly and was late. How difficult is it using VRM models in UE5? Good that you ask. Look at this big red link here. Go there and you will find a video that describes it. It's pretty simple. So just go there, Garrick, and you'll find a video. Oh, the thumbnail's even here. VRM there. This one. But it's a very simple setup. You can import VRMs directly and just have to do animation blueprint setup. But I guess that's the gist of it.
3, 2, 1.
So yeah, are there any questions? If not, I think we're kinda done for today.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other questions coming through on my other chats.
Right.
Yeah. So I mentioned that you do your Unreal streams on Mondays as well. That'd be a good one for people to check out.
Yeah, true. I'm streaming Unreal every Monday, so if you want to see all of this behind the scenes, blueprints, stuff that I just showed you, but in like more depth, check out my streams every Monday, I guess. They are like 1 hour earlier than the stream today. Thanks for the follows, guys. Also, yes, I'm using a test window because I'm always working on this project, so this is not a packaged project. Thanks, guys. Also, look at this beautiful graph. Oh, my tracking froze. Because my lighthouse is turned off. I guess that's a good point to end the stream. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and once again, just want to remind people that we do these Wednesday Hangouts as often as possible. Just keep eyes on the Discord for when these are going down. I have loads more interesting people sharing some information.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Alright, guys, have a nice evening, day, morning, whatever it is for you. And yeah, see you next time, maybe. We'll see what we can do.
Sounds great to me. Yeah, cheers guys. Thanks for tuning in.